Molly.
You ready?
Oh, Molly.
Yeah,
Ready?
we're
Okay.
ready.
So before we begin today's ceremony, I would first like to invite Jesus Christ to be present by saying a brief Our Father.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not
Into temptation,
but
and
deliver us from evil.
Amen. I would also like to take a moment to remember the original members of this wedding back in 1973, some of whom are still with us and some whom are here in spirit. Heidi Emhoff, Bob Kent, Mary Claire Sheffer, Kevin Dempsey, Mary Colleen Connell, John Hamilton, Helen Rush, Sue McCracken, Carol Hamilton, Aunt Fizzy, Michael Gallagher, Ricky Dickinson, and Bob Hamilton. Mom and Dad, 50 years ago, you both said I do in front of those just mentioned and to a younger version of yourselves. Everyone standing here today witnessing your reunion and recommitment to one another didn't even exist in your world or in the world yet. It was, however, because of you two on that day back in October 1973 saying I do that brought you 3 children, 3 grandchildren, son-in-laws, and even more love than you probably thought was possible. It all started with Dad saying, I'd buy you a beer, but I'm broke. And Mom telling Grandpa she met the man she was going to marry, to a marriage lasting 50 years and 2 days to the day. Over these last 50 years, you have had 3 daughters, Maureen, Mary Beth, and Molly. Each of your girls represent a different time of life for you, from being first-time parents with Maureen, to having 2 children under 2 with Mary Beth, and then the baby of the family some years later. These were the new hellos of your life. New faces, new humans, new things to learn, and new ways to grow as a family. Likewise, these last 50 years have held their share of goodbyes as well. To Nani, Poppy, Grandma Hamilton, as well as brothers, sisters, and numerous loved ones. These goodbyes were also a growing phase of the last 50 years you've shared together, and the only reason why these goodbyes were hard was because of how you so deeply loved them all. As much as new hellos and sorrowful goodbyes shape us, so do the ways in which we decide to grow. The earlier years also included Mom finishing nursing school, Dad joining the Sheriff's Department, a new home on Woodcrest Drive, pets like Rascal, Geezer, and our beloved Cookie, new cars, new home improvements, with the exception of a second bathroom or an apartment above the garage, but it did include a swimming pool and many lazy days of floating and having fun. Not only did you impact your lives together, but your girls did too. You saw us through good times, bad times, funny times, and everything in between. Breakups, marriages, the welcoming of son-in-laws, the birth of children, and your bonus granddaughter, Brianna. You saw us achieve milestones and lose battles, but your love and support were always felt, and it shaped us too, as well as all of those around us. No marriage is perfect. Every relationship has challenges. No 2 people have ever been untested, but it's the devotion, the willingness to persevere, and the deep love that has been woven in between all of that makes us stand taller and prouder. And you were right when you said, we came first, because you did. And none of us would be here if it weren't true. And our family can also say something that not many families can. We had 2 parents that raised us, 2 parents that loved us, and are still with us today. This is something we should always be grateful for. So after school and new jobs and new home, several hellos and several goodbyes, to becoming empty nesters, to seeing your children become independent, you were finally able to retire. To Dad, this was a blessing. To Mom, it was a little bit harder. But you did it, you retired, and that was another new growth phase for you both. Each of you picking up different hobbies, new friends, volunteering, church, and many other things. And here we are today. I will say though, through all of these phases, I have also seen you support one another during sickness and in health. And you can't go 50 years without experiencing both. There have been many ups as well as many downs over peaceful or sometimes more angry. It can make us more compassionate or sometimes less patient. It can make us connect more from those that we love or sometimes even withdraw. But at the end of the day, you two made it. You're here today, and that's all that matters. Looking forward to tomorrow, forever, and always, I want you to reminisce on what the best time of your marriage was and recreate it. I want you to go back to when you thought everything was perfect and recreate it. I also want you to think about those things that you said, we'll never do that again, and think about the things that could be worked on today to make your forever and always more meaningful. Is it more patience? Is it more time together? Is it more hobbies? Maybe more flowers in the garden? Or ripping them all out? You can do that too. More road trips or traveling? Is it a new experience? Something you two have never done together before? Just think of what those things are and make it happen. Make a commitment to be uncomfortable or to try something new or to just ask for the simple things you may want. With the movie on Friday. Today is the day you vow to recommit to another. Today, tomorrow, and always. So think of those new promises you can make. You can share them if you'd like, or just keep them to yourselves for the ride home. But ponder and reflect after your recommitment to another today, tomorrow, and always. Anything you want to share? Okay, good.
Cutie. You're carrying this all day.
It says, the most wonderful thing I decided to do was to share my life with you. From 2 star-struck kids into a family of 5, I wouldn't have changed one thing. Every birth, loss, or event made us stronger. We may not have it all together all the time, but together we have it all. Cheers to us.
Aww.
Always and forever.
Nice. Okay. So at this time, I would like you both to hold each other's hands. Mary Beth, will you grab the bouquet? Of course. And proclaim your recommitment to one another.
Oh, get that off.
That's the fake one.
That's the fake.
Mom and Dad, when you were first joined in matrimony 50 years ago, you did not know what life had in store for you. You promised to love, honor, and cherish one another through life's highs and lows. You persevered through the blessings and challenges that have come your way over the years, and today you're here to reaffirm your vows of love and respect for each other. As you celebrate your marriage and reflect on your shared journey, do you now wish to reaffirm the marriage vows you committed to 50 years ago?
Yes.
I do.
Okay. Jimmy, will you continue to have Donna as your wedded spouse and continue to be committed to this loving marriage?
Oh,
Dad, do you reaffirm your love for Donna? And will you love, honest, and cherish her in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, for better, for worse, forsaking all others, be faithful to her for as long as you both shall live?
absolutely.
Donna, will you continue to have Jimmy as your wedded spouse and continue to be committed to this loving marriage?
I will.
Do you reaffirm your love for Jimmy? And will you love, honest, and cherish him in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, better or worse, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him for as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Robert and Mary Beth, can you please present the rings to Mom and Dad? Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad, these rings are the original testament of your love for one another. It is the physical symbol of the promises you made 50 years ago. Oh, not yet, not yet. I know. All right, hold on a second. We're not there yet, you guys. Hold your horses. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Hold on a second, you guys. Mom and Dad, these rings are the original testament of your love for one another. It is the physical symbol of the promises you made 50 years ago and again today. It is a sign we begin the ring exchange, I'd like to take a moment to bless them. Bless these rings, O God, to be the visible sign of the vows here made, that each who gives a ring and each who wears one may be reminded of their promises, evermore living and growing in the spirit of your love. Amen.
Amen.
Dad, please repeat after me. With this ring, I, James Hamilton, renew our marriage vows, and I promise you my continued love and commitment. Mom, please repeat after me. Yeah, there you go. Yay. Okay, Mom, please repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Donna Hamilton,
I, Donna Hamilton,
renew our marriage vows,
our marriage vows,
and I promise you
and promise you
my continued love and recommitment.
love.
Now that you have redeclared your love, your promises, and exchanged your rings, Mom and Dad, by the power vested in me and by the state of Ohio, even though it's technically required for Commonwealth, I re-pronounce you husband and wife still.
Still.
You make me cry.
Oh, Molly, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It was
That
beautiful.
was absolutely,
good.
that was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
thank
really
you a lot.
Group hug.
Thank you, Reverend.
We need our videographer in a
Michael.
group hug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael, thanks for being here for